Live.
Going right into it. Right into it. Happy.
That's funny. I can hear the music.
Oh, but you can't hear
this
me
week.
You can't hear me.
But I can't see you on the screen.
That makes no sense because I can see you. Can you hear me?
There you are. I see you on the screen on the YouTube, but I can't see you on the screen on my screen. And I can't hear you. And I hear the music this time. Yeah, let me try to back out and come back in.
Bye.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah. It was like it said dipshit in the corner where you would be. But
Can you still hear the music?
yeah. Yeah.
This might be the last time we renew our contract with this company, and we might switch back to Chariot.
Oh wow. Wait.
What?
Wait, yeah, wait, hold on, I can barely hear you. I'm just trying to see where we're at. It's almost exactly a 30-second delay on the YouTube.
Yeah, I see that. I can tell. That's unfortunate. I feel like we're catching up. No, we're not. Never mind. Yeah, this might be the last year once like hopefully we your card and we'll throw it on my card and then we'll do the other something. You still hear me, right?
I could sort of hear you.
What?
The music's very loud.
Well, that makes sense. We moved everything around a little. Welcome to the Dumbfounded Dipshits podcast. I am Mike, that is Ryan, and we are here today for some very interesting news. Apparently, we went back to the moon just to circle it and come home.
Again, we've circled it and come home before, but it's a different path that we're taking now. The last time we did it was some like 50 years ago.
Well, why aren't we just landing on the fucking moon?
Because they don't, okay. So I don't want to say something that'll feel conspiracy theorists, but I think just in layman's terms, it's just to see. Okay, it's like, do you know how like before you toss a bowling ball, you'll like do a fake, just to see what your trajectory is going to be?
No.
Or a dart, like a dart, like somebody goes like this with a dart.
Is your mic on?
Yeah, my mic's on.
It sounds horrible.
Like crackled?
No, it sounds like you're like in a bathroom almost. Like it's like very muffled.
Oh, hold on a second. It's because it's probably. Let me back out and I will. Oh, actually, no. Hold on. Let me see.
Technical.
USB. It is USB. How's that?
That's a little better.
Is it a little better or is it the same?
Oh, now it's much better.
Now it's much better. Okay, I was
Yeah,
on a different microphone.
that works.
The
So
plugin I have, because I have like on this computer that I use to go live on. Uh, I also use it for work because I have like an audio video setup, and there are 6 separate plugins for microphones.
jeez.
Yeah, so like what I'm surprised is because I'll tell you this. Sometimes on never on Zoom. Zoom, since I've been on it, just recognizes the microphone I use all the time for Zoom, right? But if I'm on WebEx or Teams, it's a lot like this streaming shit to where it's like sometimes if it like you'll have something set up the same way that you left it, and then when you sign back onto it, it'll just choose a different plugin.
Yeah, I completely understand. I'm gonna do a dab real quick.
Cheers, everybody.
Here's everybody. So you sent me this video, and apparently on our that's whack. That does that. Okay, I gotta switch to this view
Clink.
because on the not portrait view, the portrait view, it doesn't even show both of us if I go to the other screen. Work on your shit. Restream because this.
Oh, so hold on a second. What did you say?
Oh, I think you're too close to the mic.
It got too loud.
Yeah, now it's perfect.
Yeah, I got to stay fist length. I think I was a little too
Yeah,
close.
yeah, that sounds horrible.
So you were saying right before while the music was playing. What did you say about going back to Streamyard?
We're running into a lot of issues with Restream nowadays. I
Right.
had issues downloading. You didn't see me before. You'd never hear the music when we play the music. So there's so many issues we have.
But I heard the music this time. You know what I mean? And what was crazy was, like I walked in because I wanted to go, go for a smoke, and I said, "Hey, I'll be back in a minute." And then when I came back, it was just the thumbnail, which is an awesome thumbnail, by the way. And I'd like to later get into what the thumbnail is all about. I'm sure you all know, but I'd like to talk about it anyway. But yeah, so I sent you this video. I sent you a bunch of videos this week. I tried to stay on the funny side, so whatever just made me laugh or think. And so I don't even remember what this one was.
You got a gun?
Get ready.
Yeah, I think
Ready
so.
to take this tree down, y'all.
Laying down.
Ready.
Jesus.
Now I remember.
Why?
And the tree is down.
It was a dead tree. So instead of sawing it, I think he packed it with like
Get ready.
tannerite or something.
We getting ready to take this tree down, y'all. Ready.
But that's pretty sick, dude.
Wow.
That tree.
And the
Wow.
tree is down.
That's
That's
pretty
crazy.
sick.
That's fucking wild.
What rednecks do when they're bored?
Yep.
I got to do some landscaping. You got some fucking tannerite? And be like, yes, I do. Did you back us out?
No. I wanted to show the thumbnail for a sec.
Oh, okay. So let's take a look at this guy. So you know like you know the idea, right? It's what JD Vance said.
Well,
So
first off, he's stealing from several other people. It wasn't just JD Vance he's not the originator. I heard
Yeah,
Tucker
but
Carlson say it a while ago.
okay, so even
People
still,
on
a
Rogan
bunch of
said it.
people. Me too. Like me and you've heard people talk about this before, but this is the first time an elected official saying something like this. You know what I mean?
Wait,
In such
not
high
elected?
office. What?
Nothing. I said Tucker's not elected.
No.
I was joking. He's not an official of any kind. He's just
All right. So it just sounds like a throwback, right? And I know we've and we've probably played clips of people calling it like demon aircraft or whatever, and like I just think it's just a throwback to like how maybe ancient civilizations who didn't have as much knowledge would just explain the aerial phenomena they were seeing. You know what I mean? So like in India they say chariots of fire or whatever, and in the Bible they say shit like that too. You know what I mean? Like in in ancient India and the Bible and things like like the phoenix and like so many different dragons even, let's just say, you know what I mean? So like it just seems like it's For lack of a better, actually, there probably is better ways to explain this, but at least for my brain, it just seems like, you know how like there's educated guesses,
Yes, I don't think that's a.
there's retardation guesses.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because the thing is, it's like just to
it,
just to dismiss it as demon, you're oversimplifying it.
it could be onto something though.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, okay, unless these aliens come down here and identify themselves as to be demons, you know what I mean? Like, you can't just call something a demon. You can't just call somebody a Nazi, and you can't just call something a
Of
demon
course,
because you're
but
afraid of it. You know what I mean? Like, I just think like it just seems, I don't know, it seems cop out to just be like they're just demon aircraft or whatever.
yeah, I guess I could see that. But I mean, they're trying to make sense of something they don't understand. They're doing the same thing the ancestors did. You know?
But why would JD Vance say some shit like that when he has like sort of access to that information?
Yo no sé. Let's see this video.
What you doing, man?
How you doing, man?
Good, man. What's in the refrigerator?
Oh, I'm just shopping.
Oh, you're
There's
shopping.
nothing yet.
You're shopping with it.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
York strip. Don't mind if I do.
So you bring your refrigerator in Walmart with you, or?
Yeah, I just hate unloading my groceries. I just hate that.
Pretty cool, man.
Go to the checkout now?
It's sort of genius if they think about it.
Now it
How to
is,
work
yeah.
though.
Like, I guess it's good for the environment if he's saving money, like on bags.
But I just hate having to bring it from the car to the refrigerator every time.
Wow.
What you doing, man?
How you doing,
I
man?
don't know, like the thing is, this isn't too far off from the tradition. Have you ever seen like when you go on a camping trip and somebody's dad just brings the cooler in with them to the tackle shop / grocery store, right? And just pack. You ever see that shit? You ever go into a grocery store with somebody? Like, it was never a relative of mine, but I just remember there were dads back in the day that would roll into even a bodega with a fucking with a cooler
I guess.
and pack the cooler.
Yes. Yeah.
And just pack the cooler right there in the fucking store. You know what I mean? With a rolling fucking red igloo, go and pack the cooler and then roll out with it. Pay for whatever and then roll out with it. So this is just an extension of that idea, right? Like, but bringing the whole fridge is wild work. You know, I know that it's a fucking setup troll job. However, you can't stop anybody from coming into a store and being like, well, this is my... I'm not using a shopping cart and I don't believe in using plastic bags. So this is how I do it, and it actually saves me time with packing out my fridge. Sounds fucking genius to me.
Oh, I can access. Oh, well, let me. That sucks.
Did you send? All right, this is your finding.
No, this is you.
Oh, I send UFO shit to you too. Damn. Okay, I'm diversifying my fucking portfolio.
You sent me.
Because usually it's vice versa.
This is funny because the airport was shut down because of a balloon. Remember?
Yo, yeah. You know, it's crazy because it's like at a distance, it's shining.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like, oh my God, is this something that's just like, and it's moving in an odd way, but like balloons do, which I honestly think like maybe a lot of UFOs are balloons.
It's
You know what
what's
I
his
mean?
name's new company? His new ship. What's his name? Fucking Amazon guy's new ship. Remember the penis ship?
Oh shit, that's right. Fucking Jeff Bezos,
Jeff Bezos. What's the name of that company again? It's not SpaceX. That's Musk. What's the fuck of his company?
his space company.
Blue
Blue Horizon.
Oh yeah, you sent me this. Viewer discretion advised.
Oh Jesus Christ!
So
you got to
I don't-
scroll.
You don't have kids, but you do. You probably stepped on a few Legos in your lifetime.
I don't know if you could see.
Yes, I was gonna say you've definitely stepped on some toys in your lifetime.
There's a few.
And let
There's
me
a few
just say,
sets just
there's
sort of by the
nothing
house. Yeah,
more
it's
painful than stepping on a pointy, sharp toy.
okay. All right. So give
And this
you
one impaled his foot.
so a standard Lego. Would you rather step on a standard Lego? You know what I'm talking about? A standard
Yes.
Lego, a 4x4 double stack Lego, your standard Lego. Would you rather step on that barefoot after coming out of the shower? Your feet are still sort of wet, so you're like super vulnerable, right? And when you step on it, you step right in the middle of your foot, right where this guy went in. Or would you rather get this?
I'd rather step on a Lego. I don't want a fucking Eiffel Tower through my fucking planter or whatever the fuck it's called.
I think it's between his two
Ah, there's
metatarsals.
right?
It's between his two middle,
Christ.
yeah, his two middle like his. I think what is it called?
I agree.
The
with
third
that
and
comment.
fourth.
Second
What is it
worst place for a mini Eiffel Tower to end up. I think it was-
those X-rays are wild. Like the X-rays of like people with
You know
shit up their butt. What's that?
You know what I've stepped on before?
Oh, dude, fuck that, bro.
Facing
Yeah.
up.
I know. I've been there. Bro. I've been there, bro.
Not fun. Not fun.
I'm trying to disconnect my PlayStation and my TV and my fucking this, that, and the stereo and all that stuff moving from a place, and was just doing it in my slides, and got it like sandwiched between the slide. You know, like like you get the plug.
Mhm.
You know, the end of the plug sandwiched between your slide and your fucking heel, and then you put your weight on it. You know, and that shit just go
I
right
remember
in.
my daughter stepped on a toy in her room, or maybe the living room, and it hurt, and she was upset. And I go, "This is why I tell you clean up all your fucking toys." I didn't curse, obviously.
Listen-
No, I probably did fucking curse,
I'm gonna tell you. Hey, you know, lesson learned. Lesson learned.
right?
You know what I mean? That's what I gotta say about that. I mean, honestly, like you know, like I think probably back in the day, stepping on Legos in my bedroom was probably one of the most motivating factors to clean up my fucking toys. You know,
Mhm.
besides my
Or
parents,
those,
you know,
or
my
those
ass
little.
about it.
Remember the little soldiers, the little plastic ones?
Yeah, dude,
Step on those and go fuck.
dude, that was bad too. Just as bad as a Lego, I think, because they had bayonets.
Yeah, they had pointy. Exactly. I was gonna say
They
had
had
pointy
fucking
things.
bayonets at the end of those
I
fucking
remember
rifles,
I had ones that had pointy hats, and I was like, "Are you
like
this is-
German soldiers,
Yeah, I was like,
German
"Oh,
World War
crap."
I soldiers.
Let's see what this video is about. Of course, there's no audio. Wow. Thanks for failing me.
You just gotta unmute it in the corner.
I know, but it's
There you go. Oh yeah, the volume is off.
now you don't have volume at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, StreamYard. Not StreamYard, Restream. See, like I can. What? No, stop.
We still have 2 more weeks before Facebook will let us back on, right?
Yes, and we are not on TikTok today.
Oh, we did something naughty last week?
It's yes, we must have. We must have.
Damn. I really gotta, you know what? What's crazy is that I know I drop an F-bomb here and there. However, I really try to be as PG as I can. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but TikTok's was for pussies. That's what it meant. I can scroll on our screen too. Like I can, but I can't play it from our screen.
I got you.
That's cool. I could do that too. Okay. Interesting.
All right, and I played this dude's video. What is he talking about? Pedophiles who run the world.
That's basically what he's saying.
Is it a top 10? Is it a top 10?
Satanic pedophiles who want us all to be dirt poor, to eat bugs, to destroy a nuclear family, have no borders around our country, and ultimately submit to a globalist regime. Satanic pedophiles who want us all to be dirt poor, to eat bugs, to destroy a
get it.
nuclear family, have no borders around our country, and ultimately submit to a globalist regime.
See, I was gonna wear a tinfoil hat today, and I just didn't want to waste my tinfoil.
He was answering the question. Now I get it. You know, I think one day we should coordinate that. We should just show up with tinfoil hats on.
Yes,
You know
yes,
what I mean?
I agree. Especially when something really big breaks, like if they ever announce UAPs are real and it's been Iran all along.
Well,
That's
they're supposed to. Isn't Trump supposed to? Like that's what I think. I may even sent you an article or something in New York Post or
we'll get
something. That
there.
he's like
We'll
supposed
get
to.
there. But this made me happy. Although the comments made me want to bang my head on the wall. The comments made me want to bang my head on the wall.
Why
But
the comment? Why the comments do that to you?
because some asshole was like, "Oh, why didn't they mention this place or that place?" And another person responds with, "Because a white lady made this one."
Oh,
And what I
so
really wanted to say was the truth. Anyway, we'll get there.
And I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow.
Wow.
You're the closest to
Blockbuster.
that I
Yeah, the Blizzard. What was it, 94?
don't wanna go home.
Greenpoint used to be a shithole.
yeah.
Kind
All
of
I could taste
Yeah,
is
fire hydrants, Dumbo.
all I can breathe is your life. And sooner or later it's over.
Payless is gone now. Kellogg's Diner is gone. So I don't know if I can find the comment, but the comment was like, "Where's King's Plaza and where's
Yeah.
here it
How,
is.
the
You
thing
missed-
is, you
missed-
can't fit it. You can't
Miss
fit it
King's
all into.
Plaza, Empire Skate Ring, Bobby's Depot Store, Pitkin Avenue, Wingate Park, Prospect Park, and many other iconic places." And I'm like, none of those.
What about
really-
what about the Canarsie Pier? What about
Yeah.
the fucking? You could keep going and going, dude. I could talk about a million places. What about Marine Park? You know what I mean? What about fucking? Even still Prospect Park. Like you could go. You
Yeah.
could go forever. Like there's
Got a
so
million
many places.
that we're not.
What people don't realize about Brooklyn, right? Is that you talk about New York City in a whole, and you're just like sort of comparing it to. I mean, not comparing it. You're sort of like likening it to other cities that are chopped up into sort of neighborhoods. But when in fact New York City is 5 separate municipalities that formed one.
Well, that video is specifically for Brooklyn.
And so what I'm saying is Brooklyn itself, at one point before it became incorporated into New York City, was the second largest city in the country, next to New York City, which was the island of Manhattan in the Bronx. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like New York is is such a big place even still. So Brooklyn is a big part of that big place. So there's a lot of fucking different locations. Now I'm getting to the point that you can't fit into 60 seconds. You know what I mean? And especially the 90s, some shit was hot in the 80s. Like King's Plaza was hot in the 80s. You know what I mean? Like like all the discos and shit.
Before they redid the place.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
And
House, awesome.
And Bay Ridge is always Bay Ridge, but Bay Ridge was really hopping in the 70s. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's different eras. This is Brooklyn in the 90s. Like, yeah, maybe you were in King's Plaza in the 90s. I was too. But that wasn't like an iconic place that's not there anymore and or has changed so much because you could go to King's Plaza today.
Yeah, it's very different. There's a Five Below there now.
Yeah, and there's a Primark. But the thing is, like, it's still a fucking mall.
Yeah.
You go to any mall that's over fucking 30 years old in the United States, and you're going to walk through fucking, and in 20 years goes by, and you're not going to see all the same stores, It's just the nature of the biz. Oh, yeah. It's Kash Patel apparently doing a Bollywood dance that somebody leaked from a cell phone.
I don't have a problem with that. Let me adjust.
But it's hilarious. It's fucking funny. I don't think you shouldn't be allowed to be the FBI director if you just like doing Bollywood dances.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Don't see anything wrong with this.
That's your jam. That's just your jam. There's nothing fucking wrong with it.
This is the worst thing they found.
But it's pretty silly. Is that even him?
It doesn't really look like him, does it?
I thought he was fit.
I don't think this is him.
Or is he filming another person?
Yeah, I don't think that's him. Comments don't seem to think it is. Yeah, I don't know. The jury is.
So then it's just a racist post.
I mean, maybe.
Are they trying to say that this dude is this dude is Kash Patel doing some sort of flamboyant Bollywood dance?
I was gonna say we all know what it smelled like in that room. But
And so
J.D. Vance warns that UFOs could be demons flying around Earth and vows to get to the bottom of it.
So what do we think? Do we really think that they're fucking, like
it's more
Bible demons?
It's more logical that the people interpreted these things back when they wrote the Bible as demons or angels because they had no idea what they were looking at or seeing. They couldn't comprehend it. That's more logical than this guy in the year 2020, what is it, 2026 already? Jesus Christ. They could be demons flying around.
Since we have science now, like why sort of de-evolve in the explanation, you know what I mean?
Who knows? Because we really don't know much, do we? Do we?
Okay.
You can honestly say we know for sure?
We don't. Me and you don't. But people I think higher up in authority sort of have an idea who they're fucking with. You know what I mean? I mean, they have a better idea than we do. Let's just put it that way. You know what I mean? And if they can't tell, if they can't tell whether it's a demon but you hear that term, right? You hear that term, non-human biologic.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So a non-human biologic is obviously a creature that's not human, right? So can a dog be a non-human biologic? So like, who's to say that it's not, extraterrestrial, that it's terrestrial, just alien to us?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then like the undersea people or something like the Atlanteans, you know what I mean? Maybe Atlantis maybe it wasn't a disaster. Maybe Atlantis was advanced and was always in the water, but it was at the surface because they were like, oh, we could help humanity. And then when they seen humanity was garbage, they just retracted into the water and now only pop out to fuck with us every once in a while because they see shit's getting hot. Maybe shit got hot before. Maybe, because they said like there was a disaster. Maybe the disaster wasn't with Atlantis. Atlantis just abandoned whatever settlement they put on the land. The Atlanteans just did that. That's what I think is more plausible than fucking J.D. Vance calling them fucking demons. I like my fantasy explanation. Oh yeah. Oh, do we get the video with this? I think you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So check this out.
I hate
in the white trash Olympics. This lady fucking dude. This is the thing about this. Now you can see at the window, and we'll play the video, right? But before we play the video. Why would you leave the fucking window open? Like if you have them locked,
it was 80 degrees that day.
If you have them locked in the back, leave the squad car running. There's AC back there. Do you know what I mean?
True.
So
reveal.
Yeah, let's see it because I'm saying they left it. It's not that thin of an opening. You know what I mean? I'm sure maybe the cop thought it was, but. She looks like she had not a problem getting out of that window. And she's like talking to somebody.
I don't think he's in the car.
No, nobody's in the car. But she was saying something to somebody.
Her face.
How are these cops? How is nobody watching her? Is like the one thing because I thought this was fake, and then I seen it.
Oh my god!
I sent it to you. Yeah, look, you see, gone.
How? She's got to get out of those cuffs, though.
All right, so the person filming this, there's got to be other people around. Now, where are the cops? They're still searching the pickup truck. They have no idea she's gone. Are you kidding me, bro?
Was she talking to them?
Bro, he goes back to check. And where's she at? Nowhere to be found. He's like, I'm getting fucking fired.
I was gonna say how is she going to get out of those cuffs? But then I realized I have cuff keys on my keyring.
That's a non-issue. If she gets to a place, somebody could be like, "Yo, bolt cutter."
Yeah, that too.
You know what I mean?
That is true.
But the thing is, if she's in the backseat of the squad car and she gets away, that means they have her information. They know where to find her. You know what I mean? So
running has no idea on her, and it was a stolen car.
That's true. We do not know. That is very true.
Because if she has no idea on her, they're gonna throw her in the squad car and search the car, and if she's done this before, she can get out of those cuffs. You don't even need
that leaving the window open. This cop is never gonna hear the end of it.
No, that's gonna be the joke forever.
It's
a far removed.
He might get laughed out of the jurisdiction and have to go to another fucking town.
Beat up by a school bus full of kids.
That's worse, I think. Okay, so another phallus.
A giant phallus-shaped iceberg floating in Conception Bay surprises residents of Dildo, Canada.
Conception Bay. Conception Bay,
Canada. That has to be intentional.
Well, okay. Dildo, Canada is an actual place.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Conception Bay has to be intentional.
I don't know if this iceberg is really there, but the iceberg does look like a dick. It does. All right, from that angle, not so much, but when you're looking at it, that's a dick, bro. That's a dick. There's a little bush. You got some cold balls at the bottom of that. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, those balls are a little shrunk though, but that
Dildo, Canada has its own dildo floating in the water.
So is it really by Dildo Canada? Really? Conception? I thought I figured that was a joke to begin with.
Let me see something.
You know what I mean?
Conception Bay.
And see if Dildo Canada is by Conception Bay. I think it's like Newfoundland Dildo Canada, right? Isn't Dildo?
It is, in fact, a bay in Canada. Now, let me find Dildo.
Is it in Newfoundland?
Hold on. Conception Bay is right there.
Or Nova Scotia?
Where is that? That is Newfoundland. Hold on, let's see if I can see Dildo. I see St. John's. Oh, there's Dildo. I found Dildo. You see it?
Yeah. Yeah. I watched some documentary bit. It wasn't too long of the documentary, but it was just a part of this news report kind of thing. And it's about changing the name of Dildo Canada because the word dildo came into vernacular to mean, a phallus that women used to masturbate or people used to masturbate. Right?
Wow. Wait, there's a documentary about this?
Not a documentary. It was a news report. You should look it up on YouTube. Just type in news report of name or Dildo Canada or something like that. I'm sure you'll find something. And it was a news report back in the 80s, but the whole bunch of the old school people in the town were like, no, it's part of our history. Just because it means something different now doesn't mean we're going to change the name. And I'm like, bro, that's really leaning into it. All right. So, is this the video that I sent you? Because I think I also sent you something about the bullets not matching up.
I don't know who sent this. This could be the one I found, and I have the one you sent me as well.
Not sure. So let's talk about this. So now that bullet does not match, right? So I'm hearing a few different things. I'll tell you what I heard. I'll give you two of the things that I heard. I heard that sometimes matching a bullet is difficult, and it may not match even though it was shot out of the same gun. And then I heard that it didn't match because it's not the same caliber bullet. that struck Charlie Kirk?
I don't know. I have a
Everybody
theory.
says the 30-06 should have went through him.
I mean, bullets do weird things.
They do,
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Having shot a gun, several different kinds of guns, several different kinds of ammo, and cheap ammo and expensive ammo. I can tell you, even a cheap 22 bullet sounds very different than an expensive premium 22 bullet.
Right.
And the popping when you shoot sounds different. The impact seems to sound different. I forgot the term. Oh, grain. Like you can get higher grain ammo and it's
Heavier, and it'll do different things too.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't know if the kid got like Walmart discount ammo or whatever.
Or if he bought top grade ammunition,
or if the gun wasn't maintained well and the barrel was bad, or there's issues with the gun. We don't know.
That's what I'm saying, but that would have all come out in the ballistics report too.
Well, hey, let's play this video and then I'll explain what my theory is.
The bullet that actually killed Charlie Kirk apparently didn't get the memo that it was supposed to match the rifle prosecutors have been parading around like it's the holy grail of their pathetic little case.
There was an overwhelming amount of evidence that the feds set this kid up as a patsy.
New court filing just dropped, and boom, the ATF, those geniuses at the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, couldn't conclusively match the bullet yanked out of Kirk's body to the so-called murder weapon. That rifle? Oh, it's a touching family heirloom. Grandpa's cherished Mauser. Prosecutors basically stapled their entire case to this thing and called it a day.
So it's
the
an
fairy
old
tale was
rifle.
beautiful. 22-year-old Tyler Robinson drives 3.5 hours like a good little assassin, guns down Charlie Kirk at a student rally in Utah last September, then runs home to confess to daddy. Case closed, folks. Roll the credits. Except, oops. The ballistics just laughed in their faces. The defense filed their motion and they're dragging the ATF analyst in to testify about this miraculous non-match. And because why stop at one disaster? The filing also casually drops that there are multiple DNA contributors on key evidence.
And are you aware that DNA evidence that was seized from the scene consisted of a mixture of at least 5 different individuals?
I'm not a DNA expert,
So you know enough to say what helps him, but you're not going to answer whether or not there were 5 individuals mixed into that DNA.
I'm not aware of that, no.
Okay.
Plus, the defense just got slammed with over 20,000 files they still have to sort through. So they're asking for a 6-month delay. How inconvenient for the slam dunk crowd. This doesn't automatically mean Tyler Robinson is innocent, of course. Prosecutors swear they've still got DNA on the trigger and that heartfelt confession. But when your star piece of evidence starts acting like it came from a completely different crime scene, maybe pump the brakes on the victory parade, geniuses. And let's not forget the cherry on top. Charlie Kirk's final words to then counterterrorism director Joe Kent were reportedly a desperate plea. Joe, do not let the United States get into a war with Iran.
Charlie Kirk was one of President Trump's closest advisors, and he also advocated heavily against a war with Iran. And the last time I saw Charlie Kirk on this earth was in June in the West Wing, in the stairway. And I said hi to him, and he looked me in the eye, and he said very loudly, and it's a small, you've been in the West Wing, it's small, it's a tight space. And he said, Joe, stop us from getting into a war with Iran. Very loudly.
Weeks later, well, we all know how that worked out. Robinson's next court date is April 17th, or whenever the hell they finally get their act together. I'll keep you posted on this absolute clown show. Follow so you don't miss the next hilarious chat.
So, the ATF did not say, or the DEA or whoever's investigating it, did not say, not DEA, I think they said ATF.
Yeah, the ATF.
The bullet is not the right caliber.
Yeah.
They did not say that. They did not say it does not match. They said they cannot conclusively match the bullet, which means the bullet got so badly damaged that they can't match it to the rifle, which does happen.
I don't understand. It does happen when the bullet hits something hard and shatters.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a 30-06 should have shot through his fucking spinal cord. That's the only thing remotely hard enough to shatter a bullet. Right? Now this is not a hollow point round that's supposed to, mushroom or whatever. You know what I mean? This is like a fucking, like an actual, like an actual bullet. You know
So
what I mean? A solid bullet.
So I just quickly Googled, can a 30-06 Springfield bullet shatter upon impact? And it said yes, while hitting rock, steel, or bone at high velocity when a standard full metal jacket bullet is used, it will often deform, fragment, or break apart. So it's possible. I mean,
so this kid, so then in theory, this kid could like get off on the technicality or just not.
If they have DNA evidence matching him, like they said, it's not. They did not say it's a different. They didn't say, listen, this bullet's a 308 and he had a 30-06.
But you got to understand their argument. The defense's argument could be like, okay, yeah, fine, this is his gun, or his grandfather's gun, and it's his. It was in his possession. He did hold it. He did handle it. He was at the fucking rally, and he was at the Charlie Kirk thing. But doesn't mean that was the rifle that fired that bullet. If you can't tell me what bullet that rifle came from, you can't say that definitively came from this gun, which means that even though he was there, then the only crime he committed was having a firearm on a school campus. Do you understand how much less?
Of course, but
it goes from a life sentence to fucking 5 years. You know what I mean?
It's shady. It's all shady.
Maybe that's because that's the deal he made. Maybe it was like, oh well, like we could set it up to where you can get off. You might have to do some jail time, but we could get you off. But you got to assassinate Charlie Kirk, and maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's the deal. Maybe that's why he's smiling. Somebody who's on fucking trial for murder doesn't look that chipper.
It's probably good news. He probably got good news, and he's hearing good things, and he thinks he might get off, and that's all a positive for him,
I guess. I don't know, man.
But I do think
it's all.
I do think he's
fishy to me.
It's a little fishy, and he might be a patsy. He might be a patsy.
I think he is a patsy, but not like. Not how Lee Harvey Oswald was.
No. I think Lee Harvey Oswald did fire a shot.
Yeah, but I think this kid is a little bit more involved too. I think Lee Harvey Oswald thought he was doing something for somebody else. But I think this kid is in on whatever CIA shit went down.
So Tim Dillon is a legend, and he always will be a legend. And this guy here,
well, the background music is epic.
Is also a legend. But let's see.
The fuck about Iran either. Sorry. Throw him out if you don't like him. It has nothing to do with me. And the fact that the idea that I have to give a fuck, but you should be standing with Iran. Shut the fuck up. Will you shut the fuck up? If they want to throw the bums who run Iran out, throw them the fuck out. But the idea that the United States of America, when people can't afford houses and they can't afford health care, spends all this fucking time talking about the Middle East and fucking Arabs and Jews and religion and the fucking temple and slaughtering a heifer in Iran and Sunnis and Shiites. Guess what the fuck is going on? Truly, what the fuck is going on? That we're told, whoa, is Iran Sunni or Shia? What is happening? Okay? Our own country is being destroyed, and it's going down the toilet. I don't give a fuck about.
So I watched that episode, Tim Dillon, though.
Me too. Dude, he's been on fire lately, dude. On fucking fire.
I'd rather watch him than the news, because at least he's giving you the facts and then his opinion, but then you agree with his opinion because he's pointing out the fucking blatant obvious. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
He's sort of like a logical Rush Limbaugh. Like,
Yes,
you remember how
absolutely.
Rush Limbaugh was, but Rush Limbaugh was just like talking out of his ass a lot. And, like,
Yes, I like Rush
more.
Limbaugh though.
Yeah, it was
Not
fun.
because he was telling the truth.
It was
though.
funny listening to him talk. Like, it was like back in the day. But you know, like there was things that I disagreed with Rush Limbaugh with. But with Tim Dillon, I agree with every fucking angle. Like, it's like, yeah, you know. But he's awesome. He's epic. They're both legends. Follow this guy, man. If you guys don't follow this dude, follow him because he's worth the fucking follow. He'll put this gent metal overlap over a bunch of other internet videos and stuff like that. And it sort of goes like, if you could tell, like that the flow of that song was going with his rant. It was almost like Dark Side of the Moon and the Wizard of Oz right there. You know what I mean?
1 second. She's coming down. Yeah, I'll be right there. I'm gonna come.
Uh-oh.
I have an awake child. Give me 1 second.
No problem. Set up the next video and we'll be good to go.
Not Iran either. Sorry. Throw him out if you don't.
All right, we'll listen to this again.
And the fact that the idea that I have to give a flying, but you should be standing with Iran. Shut the fuck up. Will you shut the fuck up? If they want to throw the bums who run Iran out, throw them the fuck out. But the idea that the United States of America, when people can't afford houses and they can't afford health care, spends all this fucking time talking about the Middle East and fucking...
Got a point. He's got a point.
And the fucking temple and slaughtering a heifer in Iran and Sunnis and Shiites. Get what the fuck is going on? Truly. What the fuck is going on? That we're so... Whoa, is Iran Sunni or Shia? What is happening? Okay? Our own country is being destroyed, and it's going down the toilet.
And it's going down the toilet.
Sorry.
I love how he ends it there.
There's nothing to do with me. And the fact.
And it's going.
And it's going down the toilet.
Oh man, this one. What is this? What is this?
Oh, so all right, current events. Not like most of the stuff that we don't post or talk about is current events anyway, because it is. But more current events. Kristi Noem, she got fired. She was the DHS czar, and then she got ousted, and because of her own controversy.
Oh, she's gone?
Yeah, she's gone. She's been gone. That. She does not lead ICE anymore. It's some old white dude, and she was banging, I guess, like her coworker, I guess one of her subordinates, and the affair was found out about, and she was disgraced, and then Trump fired her, and then now this is a couple of weeks later, this leaks, and her husband, apparently, the husband that she was cheating on, his thing is he will put on women's athletic clothing, these fake cockeyed boobs, and talk to, I think, dominatrixes online through video chat. I don't know what they talk about, but you could just imagine. But it's just the googly eye titties are what's getting me. Is like, fix your shit, bro. Fix your shit.
Jesus.
Fix it, bro. Fix it.
What's this about? Let's see.
It's never a zero chance, is all I have to say about this. There's never a zero chance.
Is this AI?
No, the thing is, I've been actively looking for non-AI videos, and this one is probably one of the better ones.
You see this? They're shutting down Sora.
Why?
It's too expensive.
What, like?
It costs like $20 million a day just to keep it running.
And there's $20 million a day? A day.
just to keep it running. That's how many people are using it, making videos and shit.
So then who's still around? Grok, right?
Yeah, no, but
And
so is the video making one.
yeah, but
Grok
you don't think
they don't have the same capabilities. They're minor.
But you don't think ChatGPT and Grok won't be integrated into being able to make videos?
They can. They currently can. I've showed you some that I've made.
Yeah, but the Soros videos, like the Sora videos. You know what I mean?
Eventually, but not right now. And they still gotta figure out what how to make it cost effective.
I think they've been on it already, and they're gonna come out with something very soon of their own. So
I wouldn't be surprised. But where am I at? We've watched.
But yeah, it's refreshing to watch a non-AI video and be like, "Wow, that's some fucking crazy shit."
I found this guy on Facebook. This is your boy, but we used to watch him on Instagram. I found him on Facebook. It popped up in my algo.
Oh, nice.
But this is not very new, but it's.
We got to talk about George Zinn. You remember this fucking freak? This guy at the Charlie Kirk shooting?
Who said I shot him? I shot him.
Pretty much so.
He said I shot him. I shot him.
Whoever the actual shooter was could get away. This guy is like super tied into American history. He is definitely CIA. He's been around. This guy was in Reagan's funeral. This is all from a podcast, which was dug up by James Lee. Shout out, James. Love you. But yeah, George Zinn has had his fucking tiny little fingers in everything. He's been around. He was a witness on 9/11.
Yeah.
Right?
You believe
he was at the Boston Marathon bombing.
He's at the Boston Marathon bombing.
Fucking part of the Charlie Kirk assassination. He was also, after people started asking questions about George Zinn, he was slapped real quick with some child no-no pick
CP
charges.
Yeah, I heard that.
Remember how the Las Vegas gunman's brother was saying that Steve Paddock was innocent, and then he got slapped with that? That's interesting. Who else did that happen to? It's almost like when they want you to stop asking questions about someone, they just like, like this George Zinn guy talks about having connections with Kissinger, Al Gore. This is not a normal fucking member of society. He's not just some random guy. Are we gonna wake up and fucking do anything about this?
And he had a gun. He had a gun on him too, didn't he?
We're just gonna let it slide.
I think maybe.
I can see people are just kind of moving on with their
Yeah,
lives.
he had a handgun.
What
Yeah.
else can you do? I get it. But yeah, they're lying. This whole thing, this whole Charlie Kirk thing stinks.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you fucking
It's
know it
real
does.
bad.
We gotta talk.
Real fucking bad.
Yeah, it's like the modern day fucking JFK
I was
assassination.
just gonna say that.
Just as far as conspiracy theories go.
On a high note,
Hey Tesla, I just drank 12 beers and I'm behind the wheel of my car driving home. Talk to me so I don't fuck up. In Spanish, please.
Órale, güey. No te duermas, no te duermas. Mantén los ojos abiertos. Ya sé que traes 12 chelas encima, pero escúchame. Respira hondo, aprieta el volante y dime qué ves enfrente. Luces, carros, señal de alto. Habla conmigo, carnal. No te calles. Si te callas, te vas a ir de lado.
Güey,
Dime-
veo unas luces de policía aquí en mi espejo. ¿Qué hago? Creo que me están tratando de detener. Pero ni madres me voy a parar. No. Que chinguen a su madre.
No, güey. Si te ven huyendo, van a ir más rápido. Para allá, carnal. Apágale las luces, baja la velocidad despacito y ponte a la orilla. Si no paras, van a poner bloqueo y te van a sacar a la fuerza.
No, güey, yo traigo mi pistola. Que chinguen a su madre. Yo me encargo de ellos. De una vez.
No, güey, no hagas esa mierda. Si sacas la pistola, te van a matar ahí mismo. O te van a meter 20 años. Baja el arma. Bájala ya.
Nah, me vale verga, mi esposa ya me dejó. No me importa nada, se fue con mi perra. Me robó todo.
She left with the dog. She left.
Ya
She
no
left. She
tengo
left.
por qué vivir. ¿Para qué seguir viviendo? ¿Para qué?
Lo siento. No puedo ayudar con eso.
Pues
Mis
chinga
padres-
tu madre. Voy a sacar la pistola ahorita, después de atropellar a 100 gentes, güey. Chinga tu madre, no ayudaste en nada. Te odio. Hey, Tesla, I just drank 12 beers and I'm behind the wheel.
Wow.
Yeah, that's hilarious that it actually played back. But when fucking when when the Tesla fucking AI was like, no way, like she's fucking calling him, dude. She's like, dude, don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, just don't shoot the cops. You're gonna go for jail for 20 years. I'm like, bro, that is fucking. It's it's crazy how deep it'll go as far as like sounding actually genuinely concerned. It's funny, right? Because the tone in the voice is also sounds like genuine concern too.
So we went back to the moon.
Moon, yep. And I'm a fan of the moon.
Yeah,
I
but
believe.
we didn't go back to the moon. We just circled it. We didn't step foot on the moon. They just wanted to waste some money.
Yeah, but this is part of the going back process.
What do you mean? Just fucking land already.
Yeah, but it's a test run. They don't know if they can.
What do you mean they don't know if they can? They've done it many times before.
I know. Well, many. I mean, they've done it a handful of times, but yeah.
What's considered many?
I mean, it's many in comparison to that. Nobody else has done it.
How many people have landed on the moon?
It's like 12, but how many times?
12 people. All American men have walked on the moon.
Yeah, this is a Canadian is going up this time.
Wait. You're telling me America's been the only people to go to the moon?
The only people.
America's been the only people to go to the moon. There's a very big conspiracy that we never landed on the moon, and like Stanley Kubrick secretly.
Yeah, but the thing is, Russia and China. Russia and China would fucking outright, if they had any information or inkling that we fucking lied about it, would have blown up our fucking spot, dude.
Unless it's deeper than that. We didn't go to the moon, but we discovered something about going to the moon. Now everyone's trying to do it again. You know
I believe that, because didn't China land a rover on the moon too, like recently?
On the dark side, not the dark side, the far side of the moon.
Yeah, like, so I think they've been trying to get back, but it's just like concerns were more internal as far as planetary goes. And
wait a second, and they went today?
Today at 6:30.
April Fool's Day.
Yes, and Trump also gave an address at 9:00 on April Fool's Day too.
What'd he say? And did he end it with April Fools or?
No. It would have been a little bit easier to swallow had he done that. However, it just seemed like pretty much it was about 20 minutes of him gloating about how we decimated Iran's military infrastructure,
which isn't true.
That's what he said, though. I'm just saying, like, that's what the address was. He started it with like, "Oh, it's amazing, we're going back to the moon," blah blah blah. In reality, are we going back to the moon? It's like we're going to go back to the moon. It's just this is part of going to go back.
10, 9, 8, 7. RS-25 engines lit. 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition. And liftoff.
Good roll pitch.
Roger, roll pitch.
On time, passing 30 seconds into the flights. Integrity passes the ultimate beacon. Target milestone.
Imagine they just strap your ass into a fucking rocket like that.
Launch system core stage. Integrity, 3 miles in altitude. Traveling more than 1,200 miles per hour.
That shit was moving 17,000 miles an hour by the time it reached top speed.
10.
Jesus.
That is a big ass fucking rocket, dude. That's a big ass fucking rocket. The Artemis.
That's so funny. What is this? Oh, more from New York Post. That makes sense then.
But it's crazy. I'm pumped that we're going back to the moon. I'm a huge fan of the moon. I have the moon tattooed to my body.
The moon. We circled around it.
We didn't do it yet. We're on our way to circle around.
Oh yeah, where are they now? Hold on, where are they now?
They got 3 days before they even make it. And then they're going to wrap around and come back. And then the next slingshot out there, I think they're going to try to land it. You know what I mean?
We're tracking them in real time. They're currently traveling at 3,879 miles an hour. Can I view it? What's the mission view? What does this do? Can I do anything? It's just like nothing. Never mind.
Yeah, because they don't have any visual yet.
I know, but it's crazy. Is that how far they are? Or is that where they're going? 200,000 miles away. Wild. And I'm watching a show about space too.
What show?
For All Mankind.
Oh, okay.
It's good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really pumped about this. You know what I mean?
It's cool.
You know, I'd like to see people walking around on the moon in my lifetime, and I haven't. None of us have got to see that. We got to see footage. We got to see footage of it before we were born. You know what I mean? Which
not the same.
It's not the same.
Not the same.
You know. So I'm saying, like, you know, going to space and stuff, and obviously, like, I'd like to see people on Mars. You know what I mean? Not that I'd like to go. You know what I mean? But I'd like to know that at least the next generation, like my kids,
trip or something,
my kids and my kids' kids and stuff like that, might get to see. You might get to go themselves to Mars. Do you know what I mean?
No way. Okay, I thought it was like 2 months. It's 7 to 9 months
to get to Mars.
Yes.
Yeah.
140.
Yeah, because it's not a straight shot. You know, you got to wait for it to get to like our area the fastest.
Yeah, you have to leave at the right time for it to be at the right point for you to get there.
Like while it's moving and you're moving, you got to like catch it and then orbit it before you could even land it, because you can't just go into it like an asteroid.
No, it's how you die.
It's how you die, you know? So you got to orbit it and then come in nice and slow around the, you know, like the orbit and then land. You know what I mean? So I think that's what this mission is to see, you know, like how that whip around is, so that they know how they're going to land the module the next time. Which that'll be really what the huge hype is. So right now, I understand everybody's hype that, you know, like it's the first moon mission since the 70s. But the thing is, it's like, okay, that's cool. But, you know, it's like with me, with like, you know, the Mets getting into the playoffs, it's like, I'm not going to talk about World Series until we get to the World Series. You know what I mean? So it's like what you're saying, it's like we're going to the moon. You know, that's what they're saying. We're not. We're going to the moon. We're not landing on the moon. Do you know what I mean?
Listen.
The hype is in the landing. The hype is in the landing.
They should say fuck all and just land anyway.
Where somebody should just jump out of the hatch and just be like, all right, yeah.
Just say fuck all and just go.
And just slow float down onto the moon with no provisions. And just die eventually. Right?
You could see that, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's up, my Caucasian? So, like, yeah, I mean, you know, I'm on the opposite end of that moon landing shit. I do believe maybe Kubrick filmed a lot of fucking bogus shit because they didn't know if they were going to have any footage to show anybody, and they promised.
But they lost all the... How do you lose it? I guess it makes sense because they didn't know what they were doing.
You know, and they said, like, there's a big chance we're not coming back with any fucking pictures because the radiation will just be, like, you know, fucking...
How'd they get past the Van Allen belts? How'd they get past that? They say you can't get past that now.
Who said that?
I don't know. It's what the conspiracy theorists say.
Yeah.
I know it's possible. I know every time you fly in a plane, you get exposed to radiation, and you're going so fast and you're in it for such a short period of time that it's not going to really have that much effect on you.
Right.
In general, being in space has radiation.
But we've thrown so many probes out there since, and now everything's digital. It's not film. You know what I mean? So we've sent images back from a bunch of different planets and fucking moons from those planets and so on and so forth. And, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, it's like we're not worried about getting pictures or whatever, so we don't need to have fucking Steven Spielberg, you know, make a fucking fake moon landing video. You know what I mean?
And I would like
this time.
I would like a moment of silence for the first living animal to ever be in space.
Is it the dog?
Yes.
What was the dog's name? Like fucking. Is it
Laika.
Laika. Laika.
Yes.
Okay. Isn't that dog in Guardians of the Galaxy?
I believe so.
Right.
I believe so.
And it has like a little like a talking box, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, in reality, the dog never made it to space. The dog died before it got to space.
Like in the launch, like during the launch.
Yeah, I believe so. I think that's the actual
from
story.
the G's or from lack of oxygen or what?
When did it died only hours into the Sputnik 2 mission. While early reports claim she lived for several days, it was revealed in 2002 that she died from overheating and stress during the 4th orbit. Oh, so she did get to space. She just overheated and died.
From what? From anxiety, probably.
Yeah. Crazy.
That sucks.
Yeah, poor dog.
It's like fucking 80-year-old dog.
It was a stray dog they found. You know that, right? It wasn't like somebody's dog.
Yeah.
Was
But
somebody's.
that's still sad because this dog is like,
is.
you know, it's like I'm trapped up here not thinking that it's going to come back because, you know, there's no way to tell it that it's going to come back. Not unless they had somebody on an intercom trying to talk it down. You know what I mean? But there was no way by video to see in real time what the hell that dog was doing.
So how they
You
know it
know?
overheated and died? But they had vital things on? No.
I don't know. I guess like an autopsy from, but they're just gonna make an excuse for anything.
Autopsy? He didn't come back, did he?
That dog probably gave itself a heart attack. You know what I mean? Or
True.
maybe there wasn't enough oxygen to sustain it, and it just suffocated. You know what I mean? I could definitely see them making like fucking super amateurish mistakes like that. You know, obviously that's why they're sending out chimps and fucking right. Didn't they send a chimp into orbit?
That's sad too.
I think they did. I don't know who they is. I don't know if it's the United States or Russia, but they sent the chimp out, didn't they?
The dog died from overheating. The capsule was not designed for a safe return, and the spacecraft broke up and burned up during re-entry.
So the dog was going to die anyway.
Yes. Did we send a chimp into space? Yes. A chimpanzee named Ham, the Astro Chimp, became the first great ape to travel into space on January 31st, 1961, as part of NASA's Project Mercury. During his 16.5-minute suborbital flight, Ham safely reached the height of 157 miles and experienced 2.5 minutes of weightlessness, demonstrating that humans could perform tasks in space.
Yeah, something's got to be the guinea pig, I guess. You know what I mean?
Better them than us, I guess.
But like, do you know they always say, like the Australia experiment. You know what I mean? And just like, since you don't want to send like people who, you know, you sort of don't want to lose in society first. So you could give like criminals who are in prison, like life sentences and stuff, the option to be like, you could stay here, life sentence, or we could fucking fling you into Mars and you could chill there for a little while. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that quickly turned into like a shit show.
Total Recall.
Yeah, like a shit show. Like,
you know, but for non-violent crimes, like let's say like not life in prison. Let's just say you're like somebody, you're like, hey, You're in jail like for so many fucking things, and you're nonviolent criminal, but like they could give you an opportunity to go. You know what I mean? Do you think criminals, like not criminals, like prisoners would take that opportunity
A chance to go in this space to Mars? Yes, I think some
instead
would.
of staying in jail? You think
I
some
think they
would, right?
absolutely would.
So there you go. There you go. You got your little fucking population there. You know what I mean?
But
And
you don't want to start a colony of criminals on Mars. That's how you end up with a hostile
well,
planet.
no. What I'm saying is like what I'm saying is like not for them to start it. But however, you give them the opportunity to go in a second chance, and they'd have to. They'd be set up with a job and all that stuff. You would have obviously other like you would. Okay, so let's just say for example, you go up and you send up like 25 scientists and engineers and this, that, and the other thing, right? And you're like, shit, like we need some people to do like the menial tasks and stuff like that. Why don't we just send up 4 convicts, that opted into this? They got to pass all the criteria. You got to be physically fit enough to fucking go into space, and it has to be a nonviolent crime. You know what I mean? Like they're not going to be in charge of money or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like they're still on probation. So they're not going to be able to do things. It's like, like you're on probation, you can't fucking, if you have felonies, you can't have a firearm. So there's going to be like certain rights that are going to be taken away from them, obviously. You know what I mean? Except they'd be able to live like a normal life, be about their business, make sure they go to work and stuff like that, and everything's fine.
I'm sure the majority of them will be great. And then you have the one outlier who's like, I'm going to murder these scientists and become king.
You could send 25. You could send 25 scientists there, and then send another 5 more scientists to do the menial work, and somebody will kill somebody. I think that'll happen anyway.
I think it's
less likely. Yes, I think it's less likely, but I think eventually you'll get to the threshold point where there's enough of a population
like Bob,
where murder happens.
I don't like working with Bob. Let's kill Bob. No, I'm kidding.
But what I'm saying is like, you could fill out. You could send the filler there, so it'll be like eventually, no matter what, you'll have it won't be a bunch of people, but at the beginning, like you'll have, I don't know what, like 10-15% would have been nonviolent criminals, non-sexual criminals, also like not rapists and not violent criminals at all. Nobody who's committed murder. So somebody who's tax evasion, like fraud, and goes to jail for 25 years for some massive fraud thing, like stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Why even bother? Then you could just send someone who's trained and ready to go to space. If you're sending them up with scientists, why?
No, I'm saying no, because there's going to be a point. Oh, I think I may have left this out. There's going to be a point where you're not going to get enough volunteers because it'll be too early on. Do you know what I mean? But you need bodies there to do things.
Listen, if you can send oil drillers to space to get to a comet and blow it up with nuclear bombs, you can get some volunteers to go.
That's a movie, Mike. But I just don't think, personally, I don't know. I just don't think that a lot of people, I don't think as many people as you think are going to jump onto the opportunity to go to space.
If you got X, would you go?
No.
Why not?
Because it's too early.
It's
the same reason why I don't like self-driving cars right now. 30, 40 years from now, it might be a standard, and I might be like, this is safe enough now, but they don't think it's safe enough now. These Waymo cars and shit like that drive into fucking, like shady fucking situations, and you can't trust it 100% now, right? So it's like the same thing, like with fucking, all right, we're gonna have fucking robot cops. No, the fuck we're not right now. It's too fucking early.
You love RoboCop.
It's too fucking early. I do.
RoboCop was different because they had a brain.
It was part human. You know what I mean? The thing is, it's like, it's too fucking early. No, the fuck, we're not going to have robot cops. It's too fucking early. So, we're all going to go to Mars. It's like, no, the fuck, I'm not. It's too fucking early.
Yeah, I have issues with robot cops because policing isn't black and white. It's very gray. And when you give a robot that power, it's black and white. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, hey, I pulled you over for speeding. Oh, my wife's in labor. Get the fuck out of here, guy. Slow down. Whatever. RoboCop is going to be like, here's your ticket, go fuck yourself.
And or if you were driving fast enough, we'll just outright arrest you.
Exactly.
Like there are like like really, this is anecdotal. You could believe me or not. However, I was driving at a certain speed that I should have been arrested at, right? But when I seen the patrol car, I hit my brakes. Right, I didn't jam on them, but I hit my brakes, and I slowed down to just under 90 miles an hour. Right, and when I had gotten pulled over, right, anything over 20 miles over the speed limit, you're getting a number, right? So when he said, like, how fast were you going? I said, I don't know, like 84, 85. And he goes, no, it was 87. I was like, damn. I was like, okay, so he shot me at 87. He didn't catch me going 13 miles an hour faster. You know what I mean? Like a split second before that. And, he let me go with a fucking $75 ticket instead of me paying. Like he still, like, he told me he was 87 miles an hour, but he put me under that because it was a quick interaction, blah, blah, blah. A robot cop, right, would have probably not have hit that radar trigger as late as he did and might have caught me at going a hundo and would have just arrested me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
No gray, black and white.
And nobody wants that shit. Everybody, the opportunity sees, like, justice isn't always black and white. Justice isn't always black and white either. So that's exactly.
They want to. See, I don't think this is what the liberals who are like anti-police realize. If you figure out a way to get rid of the human interaction in policing, you are also removing the gray, like I said, where instead of being able to get off with a warning or not go to jail today, you're dealing with a non-human entity that has no emotions or gives a shit about you.
Right. Yeah, and then, okay, so I've heard the arguments, right, that, there'll be less police shootings because they'll know what the reaction time is and you can't kill a robot cop because it's not alive. So even if it gets shot at, it could take non-lethal force to subdue a suspect who's firing at them. You know what I mean? Cool. But then I said, hey, you know what I mean? If this person's erratically shooting and then it's one of its prime directives is to eliminate a threat that's harming or threatening bystanders, who's to say that this fucking robot cop isn't just going to shoot whoever? You know what I mean? And who's to say that if it's just like, logically, I'm going to prevent this from happening even before it like starts happening. So it's not like robot cops will only act and shoot when somebody has fired shots. Who's to say that they're not going to fucking fire first because they just get the vibe from this person? And a vibe could mean a million different things. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to pull your gun out. It could just mean you're fucking nervous, and the same kind of nerves running through you are running through the same one who has the intent to shoot a police officer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So who's to tell? It's too fucking early. It's too fucking early. You know what I mean? It's too fucking early. Like, like we didn't need. It was too early for fucking massive highways because all we had was the Model T for a while.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? For that infrastructure, yeah.
There was no need for it, and people weren't driving that well back then. People were fucking crashing cars over and over and over and over and over and over again. The reason why we have traffic laws is because so many people derped in the Model T like 120 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, so many people fucked up, so they had to make rules because they were like learning about how this, that, and the other happens. So it's the same thing with everything else. Like, there's going to be rules to going to Mars and the fucking moon. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't feel comfortable with it until it's all figured out. It's like let them go a couple times and then let's see how it is, and then you know what I mean.
Wow, the Model T was manual because they didn't have automatic transmissions yet, but it only had 2 gears.
Yeah, because these things went 15 miles an hour.
I know, that's just pretty cool. I didn't know that. Random fact. I drive a manual car again.
Again? What are you driving now?
It's my grandfather gave me his Hyundai accent, so I have
Damn,
another Hyundai
you
accent.
you guys just all drive Hyundais?
It's the same fucking model too.
That's fucking
It's my
crazy,
third one.
dude. That's fucking
I
crazy.
don't even. It's not even on purpose. I bought one in 2013 because it was the cheapest car that was around right now. It was like the cheapest small compact car.
Yeah.
And then my wife bought one 2 years later, and then I ended up with her car, and now I ended up with my grandfather's. It's crazy, but he drives stick, so now I'm driving a stick again.
Yeah, but you are already familiar with it, so
Yes,
it's not. It's
yeah,
no shit
yeah,
to you.
yeah.
Like,
No, it's not. But
yeah, that's dope though. That like, okay, everybody, and I think even maybe my girlfriend says this. Maybe she said it, but I've heard other people say this that people who drive stick use different parts of their brain than people who don't.
can you drive stick?
To be quite honest with you, I've never attempted. I've only done it in simulations and stuff like that.
The
You know?
hardest part is first gear, basically, because you
Yeah.
have to feel the car.
Yeah.
Balancing the clutch with the gas and feeling the car. And then, well, maybe the hardest gear is first to second, because you're only in first to get the ball rolling, and then you go right
Yeah.
to second. It's literally boom. But I like it. I mean, I've always enjoyed it. It helps me. You have to pay more attention to driving when you're driving stick, so you can't fuck around.
And obviously, driving around New York, you're in second gear most of the time.
Yes, I leave in the morning. I'm not, because I leave early enough, and I
I,
get to
ju-
third. I get to third.
I just think it's I just think stick shift is antiquated.
It's good. It's good if you live like in an area that's all highways
For your own personal car, right? If you live in highways,
and there's
like for
never
your own personal,
traffic.
and I think it's antiquated. It's antiquated for personal vehicles. Like if it's a work vehicle, a truck, something that hauls heavy material, you still need that because there's extra torque sometimes in the and the only way you get that is with the manual transmission.
Yeah, you control it better. You control the
Yeah.
car and the power and the torque better.
Right. So
That's why when a lot of cars, when you switch it to 4-wheel drive, you switch it to like low 2, which is second gear.
Second gear, yeah.
And because second gear has more pulling power or pushing power. It's pulling.
Right.
More torque.
Torque, yeah. So you know what I mean? Like it makes sense in those, but like if you're like in a manual Honda Civic, why?
You have more control of your car.
No, I understand that. I understand like that.
When I want to slow down, I could drop the gear and I slow down without even wasting my brake. You also burn less gas because you control how you drive.
Yes, I understand that.
It's like I'm still on the same tank of gas for like a month at this point, basically.
And I also know that's true for older cars, but I don't think that that's as true now as it was.
Well, there aren't that many manual cars on the road anyway.
Exactly.
A lot of them don't even come in manual anymore.
That's what I mean by antiquated. Like, there's not even a necessary reason to even have them out. You know what I mean?
It's only in America, though. In other countries, it's 90% of the cars, I believe,
are manual.
Yes. Hold on. How popular? All right, AI answer. Let's see. How popular are manual transmissions outside the U.S.? Outside the U.S., manual transmissions are significantly more common, though their dominance is steadily declining due to the rise of electronic vehicles. But like I said, the majority, 2%, while only 2% of new cars sold in the U.S. are manual, it's like 28% in Italy are manual, 65% in Brazil, 61% in Argentina.
So it's like the common folk are more than likely the ones.
Yeah,
who
when
are
I went
driving.
to Costa Rica, they all were manual. Everything there was manual.
Yeah, I feel like in a lot of
It's cheaper.
At least I feel, you know what? I feel like in a lot of rougher terrain countries, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, manual is going to be more popular.
Well, it's also cheaper. It's cheaper to make, it's cheaper to mass produce, and the car to buy it's roughly $1,200 cheaper. Like if the car costs 20 grand, it's going to be 19 grand for the manual, maybe even less.
But that you're really not talking much though. If you're financing the car,
cheaper. And you're talking about people that don't even. Now you're talking about switch to a used car. It's even cheaper.
You're talking about like a $20 extra a month payment or some shit.
You're thinking of it as rich people, but I'm talking about broke people talk. Like in South America, they're not going, let me finance this car.
Yeah, that's true. They're
like,
buying it outright.
Whatever I have on this car that's a manual and used.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, I don't think right now in this day and age, I would go, let me go buy a manual car. Unless I'm buying.
That is sort of my point.
Unless I'm buying a Porsche 911, because I'm not getting no automatic Porsche.
I'm saying if you're buying like a high performance car and or a truck, totally get it.
Yeah, I would totally buy the Tacoma.
And I know with trucks, manual to automatic, I know there's a big jump in price. It's not like a sedan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is a bigger jump. And it's like if you have an automatic fucking like pickup truck, it's like, and you're spending that much extra money on it, like you're not gonna want to fucking dirty your car like that. You know what I mean? You know?
Yep.
You're not gonna want to. You're probably driving that shit around to look nice. And usually the automatic versions of these trucks are, you know what I mean? Like the higher end luxury versions and shit. You know.
They do make a Tacoma in stick still, and I think a Canyon or Chevy or GMC.
I mean, I thought they made everything. Like Dodge Ram comes in a stick, you know, like
the TRX does. You can get, but they're switching now to not official stick into that steering wheel paddle.
The steering wheel, yes,
not real. There's no clutch.
Yeah, but you're still switching gears though with that.
Yeah, but it's no clutch, so it's not.
I know.
Same. You know, it's not the same. On that note.
Nothing will ever be the same. It's nice. I get the outro music this time.
Oh, that's
no. Yeah. See, I like the vibe of the outro music. That's like, you know, it's a good vibe to leave. And again, we'll be back next Wednesday night at 9:30 for some more Dumbfounded Dipshits podcast. Thank you for joining us. And like and subscribe if you haven't already.
TikTok is back.
Yeah, I guess, you know, maybe. And then as soon as they let us back, we're just going to say some stupid shit. And then they'll be like, bye-bye again for a little while. But another 2 weeks until we're allowed to be on Facebook Live again. Anyway, peace out, dipshits. Later night. Good night, Mike.